Okay, in this clip we're going to talk about saving off a template. We've prepared this. I've added due dates for the subtasks and the overall task as well. These are properly assigned, so it's all set up and ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this off as a task template, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the other thing that we're going to do is create an automation, and that'll be in a separate clip here. So let's go ahead and do this. So this is already set up. This is what we want to do. I've changed the name a little bit. It shouldn't really matter when you're saving it off as a template. Let's see. And then you just go here to this, extra information, this little, the three dots here, pretty common on most apps. Go to templates. And of course, it'll give you a list of like recent templates that you've used. You can browse them. You can save as a template, or you can update an existing template. Because we've determined that there's no existing template to update, we're just going to go ahead and save this off. And I'm going to go ahead and just call this, just using the four-letter code, and then I will just say newsletter. And we might go ahead and develop this as like a generic version that we could save off, or we could just update this one when we get ready to do the newsletter for Lumiki and then also for Heartland. So I've just made it available to select people. So when you're saving off a template, the idea is to not burden people with seeing all the different templates that they need. Really, the only people that work with templates at this point are you and I, and that may move out to other people in the organization as we grow and develop, but right now it's just you and I. So there's no real reason to share that with everyone. So what we don't want to do is share every space with everyone, with every list with everyone. What we want to do is kind of keep their attention nicely focused so they don't have a lot of other things competing for their attention. Okay, so here you can just say import everything. You can also do certain things about making selections here. In this case, there are no comments, there's nothing, there's no stray information that we're bringing over, so we can just go ahead and use the import everything and save that off. And so once you save it off, you don't really see it again. It just sort of disappears like that. So that's one of the idiosyncrasies of the app. So now we're going to go in and we're going to browse the templates. We're going to go look for it. And so there it is. So there's the current daily newsletter. Strangely, it's pulled in an image, but that's not the image we want to use. We want to use this. So I've just created a tile for current daily here so that we can see that. So if we do other items for them, let's say we start working on their, they want to do a salary survey again, or they have other recurring marketing stuff that we can do for them. That's great. But it also is a way to signal between ourselves that this is an updated template, right? So I didn't used to use that. For a while, I just used images, or I just didn't use anything. And then we could maybe, just I guess we could say daily, monthly newsletter. So we know what it is without too much fuss, although it's pretty explanatory. And here we might just go ahead and create, we might start tagging things with perhaps marketing, perhaps brand launch, or other things that might be useful. Maybe this would be better if we call this content. So at some point we should start maybe using tags to identify things so that we can also sort for that down the road. So now I'm just going to save it off. Now it's all good, and if I want to reuse this. Now there's a feature called remap dates where you can pick a due date. So if you use the template, let's say that we move down into November, right? And so the first Thursday of the month is going to be the date that we drop the newsletter, and then we would finish up the report on the 14th. So we just sort of finish that up on the Thursday. So we drop the newsletter on the 7th, in this case, or the first Thursday, and then we go ahead and drop the second iteration of it on the following Tuesday, and that gives us a couple of days to do the reports. And, you know, the information available on that newsletter should be available almost immediately after the drop. Most people open it or they don't. We use the 2 drops to just take another bite at the apple. So I can use this template. I'm just going to use it as is. I'm not going to remap the dates. So if I go here, I've got a fresh one that's all ready to go and in progress, and that should be basically nothing to think about there. Except it, for whatever reason, it seems to have duplicated the subtasks. I'm just going to delete those off. And then I'll just double check the template to make sure that that's not an issue. So that's basically it. That's creating a template. And so when we think about things that we do, once we've run through a process and we know how basically it's going to work, we'll save it off as a template. We can also develop those templates and then update those. And that's really, that process is quite simple. It's just a matter of if you make an adjustment, let's say that this isn't working like we expected, so I deleted off the subtasks. So just in case, what I can do is I can just go and update the existing template. And then that should fix it, if it actually needed fixing.